Robert, 72 years old, was having breakfast, and in just a few seconds, his hand suddenly froze midair. His words became slurred and confused, a moment that could terrify anyone. But what amazed the medical team was that before the ambulance arrived, Robert did something extremely simple, and that action might have saved his life. I still remember that moment vividly. Robert was sitting at the table, lifting his spoon, enjoying an ordinary breakfast. Then, suddenly, his hand seemed frozen, unable to move, and his speech became incoherent. His wife thought he was choking, but in reality, his brain was being deprived of blood and silently crying for help. In that terrifying moment, instead of panicking, Robert applied a breathing technique and posture adjustment he had learned. It helped blood flow return to his brain, buying precious time. From my experience and many medical studies, this simple act can make the difference between severe brain damage and a chance to survive. If you or your loved ones over 60 are watching this video, please stay with me until the end. I will share a 3 minute technique that can protect the brain when every second counts. And please remember to share this information with those you love, because one day they might need it. When working with people over 60, I have noticed something important that many often overlook. The body always sends warning signals, but they often appear only for a few seconds, then disappear, making us underestimate them. A hand suddenly going numb for a moment, slight slurred speech, blurred vision in one eye, or brief dizziness. Many think it is just fatigue or aging, but no. Those are early warning sirens from the brain, reminders that blood flow is being obstructed. In clinical experience, I have seen many patients arrive at the hospital too late, simply because they thought those fleeting symptoms would pass. A single moment of neglect can cause brain cells to die, resulting in lasting damage. It is frightening. But fortunately, if we recognize the signs early and act correctly, the brain still has a chance to be protected. So what are the signs you should never ignore? Numbness or weakness on one side of the body, slurred speech or trouble finding words, facial drooping, blurred vision, dizziness, and sometimes a sudden severe headache. These symptoms may last only seconds, but they open a critical window of time to save the brain. Tell yourself, never ignore even the smallest signals. When you recognize that your body is sending a warning, awareness and calmness become your first lifeline, before anyone else can help. And now, I will share with you the simple technique that Robert used to maintain blood flow to his brain during those first golden minutes. A technique every older adult should know. When Robert realized his hand was numb and his speech was slurred, instead of panicking, he did something extremely simple yet effective. He lay on his back, raised his legs slightly, and began breathing slowly and steadily. This is what medical professionals call the blood shift maneuver, a technique that helps blood from the legs and torso move back to the heart and then to the brain during those critical first moments. I have witnessed many patients apply this technique with remarkable results. It requires no medication and no special equipment, just the right posture combined with controlled breathing. You are protecting your brain on your own. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2. Exhale for 6, and keep your mind calm. This simple act buys crucial time for your brain. Science supports this. Studies from Japan and the United States show that patients who performed leg elevation and slow breathing immediately when transient ischemic symptoms appeared had nearly 40% lower rates of permanent brain damage. This means that within those first few minutes, you can make the difference between struggling to recover and having a normal chance of survival. From real world experience, I want to emphasize this in that moment. Calmness is strength. Panic makes the heart race, and oxygen fails to reach the brain. In contrast, slow breathing, relaxation, and posture adjustment allow the body to use gravity to maintain vital blood flow. That is why Robert, in what seemed like a helpless situation, was able to stabilize himself until the ambulance arrived. If you are watching this video, remember this technique does not replace an ambulance or medical care, but it is the golden time to keep your brain safe. Learn it, practice it, and be prepared. Every second counts. When talking about brain-saving techniques, I always emphasize one thing. Awareness and calmness are far more important than you think. Imagine it like a fire drill. You do not panic when the alarm goes off. You have practice beforehand. You know what to do. what comes first and what follows during a stroke. Your body needs the same automatic response. Imagine this. When your hand feels numb or your words become jumbled, instead of fear, you lie down. Raise your legs slightly and breathe slowly and deeply. This act, combined with a calm mind, helps blood move back to the brain efficiently. Calmness at that moment is not just a mental state. It literally helps your brain receive enough oxygen, reduces panic, and keeps your body capable of responding correctly. I cannot overstate the importance of practicing this response. When you imagine and rehearse what to do at the first warning signs, your body will automatically know how to react when the real situation occurs. Just like Robert, who, thanks to his knowledge and composure, bought precious time for his brain before the ambulance arrived. And I want to tell you this. Share this video with your parents, grandparents, or anyone over 60 you care about. They need to learn how to stay calm and help themselves in dangerous moments, because a single calm and correct moment can mean the difference between severe brain injury and complete recovery. There is one thing I always want everyone to understand. The brain is not a fixed machine. It is a living network. And even when one part is damaged by a stroke, other neural pathways can learn to take over lost functions. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to regenerate and adapt. I have met many patients over 60, even over 70, who seemed to have lost their ability to speak, balance, or remember. Yet through gentle, patient, and consistent actions, a few minutes of rhythmic breathing, light movement exercises, proper nutrition, their brains gradually recovered. They began to speak clearly again, walk steadily, and regain memory. What matters most is not complex equipment or expensive therapy. It is consistency, patience, and planning. Every breath, every small movement sends a message to the brain. Reconnect, relearn, function again. And if you are interested in brain recovery after a stroke, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We will have detailed videos guiding you through daily exercises and habits that help rebuild brain function safely and effectively. Because even after a stroke, the brain can heal, as long as we know how to walk alongside it. One of the most powerful ways to protect the brain from stroke is not something distant or complicated. It begins with daily habits, starting from the morning. When you first open your eyes, sit on the bed for a moment. Take a deep and steady breath. Then, flex and stretch your calves. Gently rotate your shoulders and neck as a way to awaken your entire body and circulatory system. Add one more small but highly effective habit. Drink a glass of warm water before having your morning coffee or tea. The warmth and hydration help blood circulate better, preparing your brain and heart for a stable day of work. These simple actions help keep your heartbeat steady, maintain blood flow to the brain, and reduce morning blood pressure spikes, which are a common time for strokes to occur. I always remind my patients that caring for the brain is not a one-day effort, but a chain of small actions every single day. And you can start right now. Try this morning habit, and if you're ready to care for your brain, comment, "I will try." To make a commitment to yourself. Every day you practice, your brain will thank you. Every breath and every calf stretch contributes to protecting your precious health. Beyond the morning routine, nutrition and daily habits are equally important for keeping the brain strong and reducing the risk of stroke. From years of experience working with people over 60, I have seen that small but consistent changes can make a tremendous difference. Think of blood as a river that nourishes the brain. When the blood becomes thick, blocked, or lacks nutrients, the brain is at risk. But when blood flows well, rich in oxygen and nutrients, the brain is not only safer, but also functions more efficiently. Therefore, prioritize foods rich in omega-3, such as salmon, dark leafy greens, beet, and a bit of pure dark chocolate. These foods naturally thin the blood, improve circulation, and lower the risk of clot formation. However, nutrition alone is not enough. Quality sleep, gentle daily movement, and a calm, relaxed mind are equally essential. Even simple actions such as walking under sunlight, breathing fresh air, or listening to your favorite music helps dilate blood vessels, increase nitric oxide, and keep arteries flexible. These are what I call everyday medicine. Cost. Free, but powerfully effective over time. And I want to remind you, caring for your brain is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey. Every meal, every minute of movement. Every deep breath is an opportunity to protect your health. Begin today, one small step at a time, but with consistency. If you find this video helpful, share it with your parents, grandparents, or older friends. These simple insights can save a brain, helping them live independently and stay healthy for years to come. Another key factor in protecting the brain and preventing stroke is regular, gentle, physical activity. Many people believe that only intense exercise or going to the gym is effective. In reality, for those over 60, what matters most is consistency and rhythm, not intensity. You can start with simple exercises at home. Flex and stretch your calves, rotate your shoulders and neck, and combine them with slow, rhythmic breathing. These seemingly small movements significantly improve blood circulation, increase oxygen supply to the brain, and help restore balance and memory, especially after a stroke. I often emphasize to my patients that just 5 minutes a day, done consistently, allows the brain and body to adapt. Neural pathways are activated, helping you maintain mobility, focus, and a positive mood. Gentle but regular activity is always more effective than heavy but inconsistent workouts. And I want to encourage you. Practice for 5 minutes every day and share this video so more older adults can join in. These small steps, done consistently, can make a huge difference in protecting the brain and improving quality of life. One of the greatest strengths I want everyone to understand is mental readiness and knowledge. When you know how to react immediately when symptoms appear, numbness, slurred speech, dizziness. It is not fear, it is power. Knowledge turns moments of panic into controlled action, buying precious time for the brain. I always remind my patients, when blood delays, do not panic. Breathe slowly. Keep your body low and let gravity help you. Just a few seconds of proper calmness can change the outcome, reduce brain damage, and preserve your ability to speak, walk, and remember. And here is my final message for you. Click like and subscribe to the channel so you will not miss future videos that guide you through life, saving techniques and brain protection methods. Share this knowledge with your loved ones, parents, and grandparents so they too can react correctly when every second counts. Preparation and understanding are the true strengths that keep you and those you love safer every day. Before we finish, let us review the most important points from today's video. First, early recognition of stroke symptoms is crucial. When you feel numbness, slurred speech, dizziness, or blurred vision, stop, calm, and immediately remember the 3 minute technique. Lie on your back, raise your legs, and breathe slowly to maintain blood flow to the brain. In addition, proper nutrition, gentle daily exercise, and simple morning habits such as deep breathing, calf stretching, and shoulder and neck rotations help maintain circulation, boost oxygen to the brain, and reduce the risk of stroke. Every seemingly small action can save your life or the life of someone you love. The message I want to leave with you is this: preparation, awareness, and correct action are power. Do not wait until it is too late. Share this video with your loved ones, parents, and grandparents so they too can protect their brains. Live healthily. Live proactively and join Wellness Unfolds in protecting the health of older adults.